So let's have a look at an example in the sustain or production phase. In this example, as we can see, we're looking at the production overview, and we've got the details of the landscape in terms of the versions, the crashes, the freezes, the top users, and the other important metrics. As we can see, we've got a bit of a versioning problem here because 8 instances of teams.exe seems to have fallen behind slightly in terms of being up to date. So how can Nexthink help us? Well, the first thing to do is to find out where those systems are. So let's go and investigate into the Finder. Here we can see there are 8 servers, 8 clients I should say. So let's drill down to those devices. Now we've got our 8 devices, which are problematic old Teams versions. Let's try and fix that problem. So we can select all our servers, and here's a remediation action that we can take, which will execute remotely on the screen on the destination workstation. We've got a reinstall Microsoft Teams, and as part of the reinstall Microsoft Teams remote action, it will go and get the latest version from Microsoft and therefore force an upgrade on any version that it is being executed against. If I was to right click on this and select my remote action, I can choose reinstall Microsoft Teams. There's a warning, of course, because we are genuinely executing on the remote device, and this you have to make sure that you have the normal level of care and don't do a mass deployment everywhere. So let's take that in mind. Click on proceed, and the remote execution is now starting to take place. Here we are a couple of minutes later, and let's have a look at the results. Upon returning to the portal, this data has then been reflected. The number of versions is down to 2, which is an acceptable threshold because of the way the Teams in a working condition auto-updates.